Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pleeka Podcast. Today we're talking about Westworld, Episode 5, Contrapasso.
What's it called?
Contrapasso.
I love how like his other ones was like, "Good afternoon," and then this is, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen."
I am now a
Pleeka
robot.
Podcast.
Yes.
I'm a host.
He's
Yeah.
just very calm.
He's the host with the
Just,
most.
you know,
This right here, this scene, we're watching this, by the way.
Yeah, we're watching
Should we-
Westworld.
we
Podcast.
have got it streaming live in the background.
This is where he told him that the partners, like, one of them died
Yeah,
mysteriously.
and he said he doesn't know the
he's
guy's
like,
name.
don't know the name.
Yeah,
We know his name's Arnold.
yeah.
Yeah, but you had mentioned to me that
Right.
that you think he might be Arnold, but I don't think there's any way.
Yeah,
I
you're
did-
probably right.
So,
Did you watch that video I sent you?
I did.
So I sent him, if you guys want to watch it, there's a Nerdist video, theories of different
Can you
timelines.
put the link in the...
I can put the
video?
link, yeah. But what were your thoughts on it?
The more and more, after seeing this episode, I do think there's dueling storylines.
you think?
Yeah.
Like,
However, I do think there is a chance that they're just trying to fool you.
I do think that too. I think there's
Don't let 'em
some things
fool ya.
that they're just trying to like tease you, like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe this is a possibility.
oh, hopefully.
But, yeah. I mean,
I mean-
what else was there other than Bernard?
There's the Bernard as Arnold. There was the,
Oh, yeah. I could see something like that, or like before
Yeah.
Arnold died, he uploaded himself to Bernard or something.
Yeah, I've also seen I read some things online that some people think that when Arnold died, he uploaded himself into Dolores, and like he's just waking up now in her.
That's weird, though, 35 years later.
Yeah.
What's also weird is I've never uploaded myself into anything, so it's
Me
like,
neither.
Well,
Wow,
he-
except
he
your
cre-
mom.
Wow.
Wow.
He created a whole world of people though, so like obviously he can do that.
No, yeah, I got you. It's
But then
not-
also, like, I don't remember. Do you remember exactly what can't think of his name, Ford said when he was talking to that one chick, and he was almost seemed like he was calling himself Arnold. Oh, he's talking to
yeah.
Dolores.
He's talking to Dolores, and
And
he said,
He's like, "Do you remember me at all? Like,
do you remember how I used to
how
be?"
I used to be?" And she said no. And then he's like, "Oh, but you remember him, don't you?" And like talks about Arnold.
Yeah.
I was
So
like, I turned to Jerome and I go, "He's fucking Arnold." And then like a minute later, he contradicted
I
himself.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
I do see it's weird because I kind of believe the theory
And this
that
little
Bernard
fucking
is Arnold, but then I kind of
Triglet
believe the
shows
theory
up.
too that Ford could have made up Arnold, that he has two personalities and he's Arnold too.
Well, that's what I originally thought, and I texted you when I had watched like the first 15 minutes of it. Because just watching the opening scene of this where he's talking to
Yeah,
Willie
that-
Nelson,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like,
And for those of you who don't know what Hess is talking about,
Willie Nelson
It's
is
Old
the
Bill, I
Old
think.
Bill
Old
or
Bill,
whatever
yeah.
his name is.
He does have a good resemblance.
he's
to Willie Nelson,
Sonji
though.
from
Yeah.
Along Came Spider. We just
Yeah.
looked it up.
Oh yeah, Gary Sinise. That's the
It was not Gary Sinise.
Sinise. Gary Sinise. Anyways,
It was Sanji.
Sinise.
I have no clue.
I read the books. Anyways,
Did you know you mispronounced it for 400 pages?
it's Gary Sinise.
It's not even Gary,
Yes, it is.
is it?
Yes. Yeah, I'm almost 100% positive.
I'm looking that
I
up.
Okay,
think
check
make
that out.
Siri do it.
But anyways, so yeah, when he's talking to him in the beginning, telling the story about the dog that he let him off the leash and gets the cat and doesn't know what to do.
No,
Yeah.
he knew what to do. He ate that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, but I think there's, I guess, multiple ways you can perceive it. But I thought he was talking about, like, he's reached his max potential. Like,
Oh yeah.
he can't do anything else to make it better.
Yeah, because he's done anything
So-
he wants to do. He's done in this world already.
And I actually read something online on Reddit about this, and people are thinking that this show is going to go like Old Testament and New Testament, and Dr. Ford is like writing Revelations right now,
Oh.
Mhm.
which would be kind of weird.
Yeah. It'll be so interesting, like, because this season,
You're right. It was Gary.
I know.
where they're leading up to stuff with this, like,
So that
it,
time you're right on something.
it doesn't seem like there could be 5 seasons of what they're doing.
No.
So it'll be interesting once they get to like season 2 and up, like, what else do they have in store?
yeah. Now, okay, so we're at the scene where they're going over. What's her
Felix is the Chinese guy.
That guy, he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, Maeve.
That bird
Maeve.
and all that.
name? Oh, okay. He might be a weirdo, but the guy he works
Yeah,
with
he's
is
a
a fucking
psychopath.
crazy fuck,
Yeah.
stupid
He's like, you
douchebag.
go,
Oh, so-
fucking
so-
butcher. You only ever gonna be a butcher. Now could you fucking be a little bitch? I'm like,
I got a question about
aren't
this.
you a butcher?
Because they're working on that prostitute chick. Maeve.
Maeve.
Yes.
Maeve. And so they work on her. Then do they just stop, take a lunch break, and then they continue, or do they stop and then when they go back, it's her again? Like
No, it's her
she died-
again.
like
It's her
she
again.
re-died.
Yeah, because this guy Felix gets creeped out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, she
Yeah.
died again. So she
Yeah.
just keep killing herself because she knows nothing matters now. You think? Because they didn't show her go and die. She
Well, I
just
think she-
appeared there again.
I think she dies every time, though. I think, like,
Oh, and
That's just in the
and,
her,
and it was
in
just
her
that
loop.
quick this time.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, we don't know how quick it was.
Yeah.
You know, but
Which next episode?
look. So Teddy
Yeah, he looks like he's
looked like
in
he's
the Rocky
an
Horror
extra.
Picture Show.
He looked like an extra in The Walking Dead.
I think
Yeah,
he's
he
in the
looked
Rocky Horror
fucked up.
Picture Show. Jesus Christ.
It's fu- He's got fucking makeup on and black eyes. And
Did you think he was gonna kill Lawrence?
Yes.
You did? Like
Yeah.
before he, like when they got there and he had Teddy, or
I actually didn't. It didn't cross my mind. I didn't think.
No,
about it.
yeah, I thought he was gonna like kill him for his blood.
I was surprised when he cut his throat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, because he said
Yeah,
something
'cause
like,
he's kept him this whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
yeah,
all of a
but
sudden
the
just-
whole as they're walking up, he's like, "Yeah, I thought I needed you," and I'm like, "Oh boy, that's not good."
I did find it interesting though. He says like, "Oh yeah, we always end up crossing paths and all this shit," and then like the next scene is
Yeah.
him meeting William.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he kills. What's his name?
Lawrence.
Lawrence,
Yeah,
and then meets him
yeah, like
30 years prior.
Well, if that theory is
If-
correct,
Yeah, which I will be so disappointed.
Do
if
you
that's not
really
the
have
case.
doubts?
I do. I have probably 25% doubt,
Well, 'cause
and
there-
why?
There's
Just
some-
curious.
There's,
just because I think that they could be trying to trick you.
there's some.
Because it's so fucking obvious, like it's almost too obvious.
Yeah, but it took him 5 episodes to get to make it
But
obvious.
there is some things that like don't add up. Like we talked about before. Like they talked about like the Man in Black says when he was there, the people were all animatronics when he was there.
yeah, and now they're fucking.
But like they like the unless they
Penny-
rebuilt a different Dolores, like it's the same. Is it the same her? Or like is she
Penny
one of the
Fairy
animatronics and
Feather.
Stuff like that?
Yeah, but I
Fairy
think
feather.
like
Like, is it just something
like he just told Teddy that he's full of blood and it's cheaper and all that shit.
Mhm.
They, I
Right,
mean,
but he said-
I think for our view, they're all going to look the same on the outside. It's the inside that's different. Just like that Bill, like he has that conversation with Bill. He talks. I said this to Drum. He keeps talking to Bill. Ford does, because he's like getting stuff off his chest, but like whereas Dolores kind of computes stuff, Bill doesn't understand a fucking thing he's saying.
Well, yeah, and Bill hardly says anything either.
And what he does say,
he has no vocabulary or anything.
well, what he does say is all repeated. He says the same thing to him in this episode as he did the first episode.
Right.
Yeah, let's take a drink to the girl with the white shoes.
Yeah.
So Hess, do you think like when you know how she gets those visions and she hears someone say like "remember" or whatever shit like that? Do you think it sounds like Bernard or do you think it just sounds like a random voice?
I think it's Arnold.
Well, yeah,
But you don't know what Arnold sounds like.
No, but I
So
mean,
then it's a random voice.
Right, I think
Because-
so.
because a lot of people think that it's Bernard. It sounds like Bernard's voice, but then he also brought up to me. I don't know the guy's name. The other Hemsworth guy that's in this, like
It's your
the
boy
s-
Ashley.
the soldier
Stubbs,
guy.
buddy
It
Stubbs.
kind of sounds like him too. So that's kind of
Well,
interesting.
so we watched the first 2 episodes a couple days ago.
I think
Mhm.
yesterday.
No, it wasn't yesterday,
Oh,
but a couple days ago. It was my
Oh.
day off.
oh yeah. You're right.
So, what my plan was to watch all 5 before
Mhm.
this, but like I just didn't get to 3 and 4.
Right.
So Jerome was talking to me, and I wasn't paying attention, and Stubbs was talking to Dolores, and he's like, "Hey, Dolores," and I was like, but I wasn't really paying attention, and I looked up, and I was like, well, that totally sounded like the guy that was talking to her, and like I was just, and I'm sure it's not, but I feel like he has something to do with something that hasn't been revealed yet. And I don't know why, I just have that feeling.
Well,
I
I
told
think he could be in on it. I think he could be helping out Man in Black.
like it could because he's the one that always goes like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, well, help him out how, though?
Like just giving him.
I
whatever
don't
he
know.
needs.
I don't know. Whatever his goal is.
Like,
And
well,
see,
like
she
like,
did see herself in this
Yeah,
fucking
no.
marching
Yeah, it's funny. We
parade.
talked about that. I was like, it's funny you told us like, be careful because they might be tricking you, and then they actually do show it.
They do show it. I think she might be tricking herself.
Could be.
but
Well,
when-
she tricks herself when she goes to the what's it called at the end too.
Yeah. When we were rewatching this too, me and him talked about this show. Like,
This city pariah is fucked up.
but like after rewatching, like after already knowing what's going on
There's
in
like
the show,
blood in the fountain.
and then rewatching it, you figure out so much more stuff. Too, like, where, like you
Yeah.
pick up on little things that you missed before.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
for
how I told
sure.
you, like when Maeve she tells that other girl when you're having nightmares, count backwards from 3 and wake yourself up.
Yeah.
And then when she's having that nightmare of the Indian tinning and all that, she closes her eyes, counts backwards 3, and that's how she wakes up in the office.
And then she wakes up in the office.
Right.
Yeah, so
that's
she,
why
so she woke herself up in their place.
So he did put her to sleep.
Yeah, I know.
So like, I remember I told you that to pay attention to that when you were watching it.
Yeah.
There's a few other things like that too, but like I don't really remember. So like, what big things stood out to you guys in this episode?
Well, this episode, I think it pretty much solidified that William is the Man in Black.
I mean, I'm 95% sure it's him.
Yeah, me
I just
too.
don't.
I mean, obviously we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
What? I'm pretty damn sure.
So, do you think we will find out who Arnold was or who Arnold is before this season is over?
I think that might be like.
I think we might think we do. Yeah.
I think it might be like if they do reveal it, it would be like very last thing at the season finale.
And another thing, do you think the maze is actually physical, or is it just like a?
I do, yeah.
I do.
Partly because we could be watching.
Or is it just like a metaphor kind of thing?
No, I think it's.
You know, in the first 2 episodes, they showed
keep drawing it.
They showed weeks on in the show, but then now they just do next
Oh
on.
yeah.
We watched both those after we rewatched the episodes, and there's stuff in there that we haven't seen yet, like the part the girl that caught the guy having sex this episode,
which was hilarious.
She was standing in that place with looked like a bunch of broken down, almost like she was at like a fair or something, broken down things, and she's like, "This definitely isn't a protocol." Like what'd she say?
This isn't a protocol droid.
No, she said this isn't like a a test or whatever. Like,
but she goes, "This isn't a goddamn test" or something like that.
Yeah, but we haven't seen that. So me and her, like, maybe that's in the maze or something like that. So like that, like there was like 3 or 4 scenes in the next like the weeks coming on that we haven't even seen yet.
Right.
Which one of them was that Civil War scene? We still haven't seen that.
Oh yeah.
But
I think we're gonna see that next week.
Oh, did they show it again? I don't remember the next.
I actually watched it, and it looks it's like Maeve, and she's in like this completely different outfit. It's like an all black outfit.
Oh really?
And then they show
maybe she's in mourning. For
who's the other hooker?
Clementine,
yeah.
Pennyfeather or whatever.
Yeah, no
she's like in.
It's funny. He doesn't know her first name, but knows her last name.
Yeah, I can never remember. I always say
Clementine,
Penny Mayfeather or something like that.
Clementine, Archibald.
Yeah. Anyways, she was in like the room with, like where Elsie interviews them, where they always interview them.
Yeah, where she said I've died.
She was in there and she's like snapping some dude's neck, like in one of those rooms. I was like, damn.
Oh.
In the next
Clementine,
song,
yeah, she like punched him and shit. Yeah.
I was
And
like,
she's talking about one guy.
shit.
And she's like, "How many times have you died and come back?" And like saying all kinds of shit.
It was the other girl that was beating up the dude though, or whatever he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which,
Jesus.
so like, do you think her and Dolores they're gonna get more people to awaken, or do you think they're like this season is just gonna be those 2?
I think
there's gonna be more.
I think at the end there'll be more.
I do too. Partly because I watched the trailer for the movie just to see what it was like. And
you guys haven't watched that yet?
We're gonna watch it when the season's done.
Okay, all right.
But in the trailer they say that like every single host is going crazy and killing people, and they have no control of the hosts anymore. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do that in the show, or if that's just like part of the plot in the movie.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll obviously find out.
Yeah.
See, so here Ford's interviewing Dolores. He does not trust Dolores.
Which this made me think a little bit more about the Bernard thing, and him being Arnold, because he talks to her because her and Arnold had meetings like that, and like when's the last time we talked? So if they wanted,
she lied to Ford.
If they wanted to reveal that, they could show like one of the meetings in the finale, and him being like, "Oh, you're gonna help me destroy the place," and then we'll be like, "Oh my God, he's Arnold." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this scene made me think that
he's asking her, but I think he knows all the answers.
I do too.
Yeah, well, especially
because she lied, and he knows that she's lying.
If he knows like Bernard's having sex with a girl, he's obviously he can see anybody doing anything. So he's watching her in those other meetings with him.
What do you think about that little boy showing up where the Man in Black found?
Well, Jerome mentioned at one point. I don't know if it was when we were watching this one or it was the second episode. So he shows up.
It's that same boy.
It's the same boy.
With the rattlesnake or whatever.
Yeah, same boy. He's wearing the exact same thing as Anthony Hopkins.
I know.
And he's got a
English accent.
Yeah. Well,
and he ate someone's brains. No, I made that part up.
I was like, I don't remember that part.
What? I'm like, when?
No, because he's like.
I think he's Ford's childhood character.
Yeah,
Like he created himself as a child.
Yeah,
Or
I
something.
think without a doubt.
Some theories have suggested that he is like a remote control car for Ford.
Oh, that reminds me.
And
I'm
then he
gonna
can
pull it
just,
up and I want you to read it. So Dane Cook.
Oh my God!
He put up his theory on Facebook.
It's like you and Dane Cook should
It's
be
like
buddies.
you on steroids. Like holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay, I got you guys talk
Me
about
on
something. I'm gonna pull it up.
steroids or Nick on steroids?
You on
You.
steroids.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this dude, what's this guy's name?
Felix
Felix the cat.
Potvin.
So he does this little shit with his computer and gets his bird to flop around,
Yeah, and it bites the other guy.
which is fine. That
Which
guy's a
it
dick.
shouldn't bite him though.
That's okay. I don't care. I mean, I can't decide who birds should bite. But so, the second time, how obvious was it that Maeve was going to be alive? Because
I know.
they closed in on him, and he's like, and
And he was all happy.
he's like, yay! And then
he's
she's
like,
just
"Oh
sitting
my
there, and I was like,
God."
oh, Jesus.
All right, so it's kind of you have to scroll
Oh
down a little
my
bit when you get to it. It's
Jesus.
fucking long, but I think it's worth reading it on the podcast.
You really think, what if I can't read?
You can have Hess read it if you want to. He's never read it before.
Okay, the entire Westworld is an abandoned park from long ago on a planet humans could only visit and where there was not just an accident, but something much worse involving the host. After the accident, it was basically shut down, and the planet was left behind where Ford was still basically activated, that's in quotes, and continues his job, which was an assistant to the Arnold, or Arnold. He's the singularity and exists as voices in the host's head. Ford built a lab for himself to rebuild the park, and everything about it is made up. All the servers serving a greater purpose to find the center of the maze, which even Ford needs to know about, and why he keeps the last remaining human, the Man in Black, aka William, alive, and is allowing him to search and find it. The center of the maze is the servers that power the planet and also houses the data banks for everything in the park. Ford needs a human to access the area because I'm sure there was a prime directive that prevented hosts from entering the area. Ford is obviously again one of them, the lead host, Robot. He drew a pyramid earlier to show where the tip of it not revealed that Arnold would not allow to be instated or activated in hosts. I don't know what. Oh, in the earlier show, I'm sorry. Ford is afraid of Arnold and questions everyone that Arnold speaks to, and maybe is upset that Arnold never speaks to him. That was a question. The end game for the servers to get accessed by Man in Black, and exactly like Ford wanted. His ultimate power, and we lose Hopkins to the server where he shall stay and remain plugged in with all power and control, the protecting servers and the access from anyone. All of our characters will have new narrative, all of them led by Dolores and Maeve, to team up to fight humans, maybe on this planet, or eventually return to Earth for massive battles, ? Westworld was just a boot camp test site for the hosts, both in Westworld and the ones visiting. They believe they are human. Several characters that think they are human will be shocked to find out they're hosts. Also in the storage lower level, the original abandoned park, all the, quote, broken hosts are stored, but they are actually the ones who became aware and are awaiting Ford to activate them once he accesses the servers and the center of the maze. The robots in storage will be part of his army. I bet by season 3 we are traveling through space on our way to Earth, or I'm totally wrong.
And that's Dane Cook's theory. I'll post that below if people want to read that for themselves and maybe comment to
Jesus
Dane Cook.
Christ.
I mean, he put some time into that. You gotta
Yeah,
give
he
him
was,
that.
No,
he was
yeah,
thinking
definitely.
about that for like
Yeah.
a while.
That's
But I thought
pretty
that was
wicked.
interesting to like, because he posted the link to that on Twitter, and I was like, all right, well, I gotta read this. And then I saw how long, and I was like,
Yeah, definitely
holy
not
fuck.
140 characters. Couldn't fit that in the goddamn thing.
Yeah,
No.
Fucking Twitter.
but
Okay, so they're here. Okay, so now in the show, William is meeting with what's this guy's
Lawrence.
name? What's his name right here though?
Eliza or something
Eliza.
like
He
that.
changes it to Lawrence.
Like
Well,
the
yeah,
end.
at the end.
at the end he says, "My friends know me as Lawrence."
Right.
So obviously, I think William is the man in black. I don't know what happens to
I got
his
something to
friend.
add to this too when you're done.
I don't know what happens to his friend,
Logan.
nor do I give a flying fuck because he's a
Right.
prick.
Well,
But
he's getting his ass beat to shit at the end of
we
this
do
episode.
know this. Dolores can shoot a gun at this point.
Yes.
Yep.
And she gets the brown hat from Eliza.
So if she's shooting, but she can't shoot later or earlier, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did they reset her?
What?
Or it's
She reset her,
multiple
or-
storylines.
yeah. So what I wanted to add to that is I think it's episode 2. That's the first episode that the Man in Black meets Lawrence, right? I believe so.
I believe so.
When he's talking to him, he brings him to Mexico. He's saying, "I know everything about you. I even know what kind of whiskey you like." Saying all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the episode, this one they're drinking. So I think that if we'll see their relationship build, and he'll start learning that shit about him, which I think will connect it more as him being the Man in Black.
And then we can all sing, "Here comes the man in black."
Please stop doing that. So fucking retarded.
Did you just call it unretarded?
So fucking retarded.
You know, I was a little disappointed in this episode because last podcast we pointed out how he said go black hat with me, and at the end of the episode his hat was a little bit darker.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
looked basically
I
all
know.
white again this
I
episode.
know.
I was real disappointed in that.
Now, so they go to rob his stagecoach, and
Yes.
things get a little out of hand,
Yeah, somebody
they-
almost kills Dolores.
and they have to shoot some people, and William ends up shooting like 3 dudes.
Yep.
He kills basically everybody there.
Yeah. Logan, not so good. Now,
No.
I don't understand why the host can beat the shit out of him.
I think they just can't kill
Well,
him.
they're
'cause-
farther out now.
Is that...
Remember?
Well, that's...
I think so. I think that's what it is. I took it as they're farther out from
Well, 'cause
Sweetwater, so they're more realistic and harder. It's more of a challenge.
Yeah, but earlier that one host.
Because I think that's
shot-
why Logan was so goddamn giddy to go out on this. He was all gung ho about going. Thinking, all right, cool, it'll be more of a challenge.
because
But he was overmatched.
because William gets shot earlier. The host actually shot him, wanted to kill him, and it just didn't kill him. So I think they just can't physically kill them, but they can hurt them depending on where they are.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, I don't know. It was a little confusing for me.
But I think it's just because those guys are bandits or whatever, so that's what they're supposed to do,
No, but they're not bandits. They're army. They're
Yeah.
defending their stuff.
Well, yeah, but that, you know what I mean?
They're bandits. Yeah, William's
What
a
are they
bandit.
getting?
Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen or something?
I think so.
No,
No, it was something like
no.
It was-
I can't. I don't know what it's called now. You totally fucked it up.
it was.
They're not fucking going on a rocket ship.
That's true. It was something that if they shoot it, explodes.
It's
I
nitroglycerin,
N-
right?
Nitroglycerin?
Glycerin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because they were pouring into the dead bodies at the end.
Yeah, he pours it in Slim's body and then fills up the bottles with tequila.
At the end of the
And the
episode,
Confederados are pissed.
when William gets trapped and you think someone's gonna shoot him or whatever, did you think when you saw the guy get shot that it was his partner Logan, or did you think it was gonna be Dolores there? I thought Logan was gonna come back and then be a dick to him the whole time, but it was.
I was thinking he was going to
surprised
let him
that it was
die right
Dolores.
here when they're choking him out.
I didn't think he was gonna let him die, but I told Jerome this earlier. I thought Logan was gonna quit right here. I thought he's just gonna up and be a pussy.
But that'll be interesting to see because if he is the Man in Black, obviously Logan's not around.
Right. Maybe he becomes the man in white.
I did notice too. I don't know if you guys noticed this when you watched it originally, but in the second episode when William gets there, Logan says that when his sister went there, which is gonna be William's wife, that she had
We
sex.
think.
She had sex with a lot of cowboys then before because he was giving him a hard time when he said that. So
Yeah.
that's interesting that his family keeps coming to the park.
It sounds like
Well-
his family's part of the business.
Yeah, it's a family
Yeah.
owned business is what I got.
Yeah.
Apparently a big business.
Yeah, because they're
Which
thinking
is
about
interesting
buying
too,
out.
because the Man in Black says that this place is only running still because of me. Later on when they're having that meeting.
Yeah, see, everyone assumes that he saved them from robots. He could have just saved them financially.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, well, since you did that, you could have free access to the park.
Right.
Maybe he's a big, I don't know.
And he says he's not going back this time.
Yeah, he does mention that this time
So
he's not
I mean,
leaving.
maybe he never married the girl. Maybe she died. Maybe something.
Yeah, because that could be interesting too, because they could keep pulling this along. They could show William leave.
I also
he gets
feel
married, but then something happens and he comes back to the park.
I also feel part of the reason he goes bad, and this is totally my theory, is because I think the next time he comes back, Dolores doesn't recognize him and he's hurt.
That could be too. Which I was wondering about that. How you see it, because right now in the show with him, Dolores is like starting to become sentient and come alive. So say he leaves or something happens when he comes back, they erased her, they fixed her or something, or even like say now she's like wires.
Howdy, newcomer.
They put her in that milk, and he gets back, and he's like, oh, what the fuck?
Could you just say they put her in that milk?
Well, I was so Hess would understand.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, like I agree with your theory because I thought about that too.
I don't know. What do you think about that?
You know.
No, I have no idea.
I bet he wasn't
I was
listening.
watching.
He was watching the show.
Wow.
The next time, the part of the reason William/Samantha back would be going bad is because when he comes back to the park, Dolores doesn't remember him at all because of something they did. And that's part of the reason he just starts going crazy. Like that's how he becomes the Man in Black.
So you think that he's like madly in love with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
And he
or
just
gets there.
Yeah, and then like he leaves because he has to or whatever, and comes back to the park, and she's like, "Oh, hey, buddy."
Yeah, but he would know that, right?
Here comes Hess's favorite part of the show.
Nigga's got a big dick,
Like
dude.
guy with the
Jesus
anteater hanging down
Christ.
from his legs. Jesus Christ,
Holy
that thing was
fucking
huge.
McGee. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I was wondering because she
He's
made
a
out with
shower.
that one girl. I
He's
thought
definitely a shower. And
I thought
Elsie even is like, it's a damn shame you can't pour fucking whiskey into a glass because you could make some money or something like that.
She did not have an accent like that.
Well, whatever. Jesus Christ. And then they show this guy's dick.
there's a lot
this
of
dick's guy's
how come
head.
every HBO show has dicks. Even like
it's for you.
what I can think of the show now. T.J. Miller. They had that
Silicon
horse.
Valley?
Silicon Valley had that giant horse dick in the
Yeah, I
episode.
forgot about
There
that.
was horses fucking in the background of the
Are we
scene.
gonna do a podcast about Silicon Valley?
I would. That show's
I
great.
love that show. Abby even likes that show.
She can be on the podcast.
It's funny. So last night we watched the baseball game. It was me, her, and one of our roommates. World Series ended, and they decided to go get In-N-Out. And I was like, all right, I'm going to stay. I'm going to start watching the show. So they leave, and they're doing whatever. They come back, and it's the big orgy scene. And they're like, what the fuck are you watching? And I'm like, it's my show. Abby's like, yeah, I don't know if I'd like this show. I'm like, there's never been anything in here like this before. So
okay, so here's the scene where she hands him her cell
she
phone.
blackmails
the guy because he's
homie G.
fucking one of the hosts.
Yeah, he's
Which I thought they didn't really show who he was fucking. I wonder who it was.
probably any of them
Yeah,
or all of them.
it's probably that guy with the flat head.
Oh, probably.
She was cool. She like totally manipulated him and like she just picked him. She's like, oh, which was funny. They built the tension for those other guys, and then she totally just goes to this kid that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like a little dweeb. I need this job.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
Look at their shit in their pants over there on the other
Yeah.
side.
I still find it interesting that we haven't seen like anything out of Westworld. Like we see inside the park and we see the people working on it,
Right.
but we haven't seen anything outside of it except for maybe that Skype call or whatever Bernard was on. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if we're ever gonna see that.
When the host was skyping his
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 made-up
fake
host.
yeah,
Yeah, it's his backstory.
that's his backstory.
Bernard's a host. You still don't believe it? You still don't buy it?
He was skyping
You
his
still don't buy it?
he was skyping his wife, but
you still don't buy it?
no, I don't buy it.
Really? Why?
I have
many
theory.
reasons actually. I think he has too much. I think he's unless Ford's a host too, and like everyone's a host, and they just don't even fucking know it, which doesn't make any sense to me. That would be annoying. By the way.
How would there be any
Like if
goddamn
she's
order?
a fucking host,
I hope she's not a host.
I would lose my shit.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her too.
Yeah.
But I got a
Like,
theory
she's-
that because it was Hess's original theory, you don't want it to be true because you don't want him to be right.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the only reason.
Well, because he
if
pulled
I-
it out of his ass.
If I would have just,
He's like, I'm like, why do you think he's a host?
pull it out of
I
my
agree with
ass.
that. Everybody else has these grand ideas of why they think
You're
Bernard's
like,
a host. You're like, well, he
eh,
was fucking that one bitch.
He's like, you know, he's
I
like,
thought-
is that all you need me for? And I was like, he's not C-3PO. I'm going to shut myself down now, master.
So what do you think? We're watching the scene where she's digging into that guy's arm and finds the laser thing. What do you guys think about that?
That's
People-
interesting.
someone outside the park is stealing.
Stealing.
Someone trying to
dad
trying to
from them.
clone these.
Yeah, I think, but who?
Maybe Arnold.
Oh
Maybe
my God,
Arnold
if
isn't
Arnold's,
dead.
Arnold's not doing everything.
Maybe Arnold's not dead.
Nah, I think
It could be a competitor. Now they're gonna have like.
Well, you,
The
another-
East
okay,
World?
you would have to think, okay? You would have to think this is a big ass like theme park, basically.
Right. It's like fucking
Makes-
Disneyland on roids.
Right. Makes a fuck ton of money.
Someone's gonna make Jurassic Park.
Okay? Makes a fuck ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
You think that people are going to want to try to, do that. Like, do the same thing.
Yeah.
To make money or if someone is pissed off by them, if someone figures out their, how they do these things, this place becomes worthless almost.
See, it'd be interesting to see what Bernard does when she brings it to him. Because,
Yeah.
like, if he's behind it, he's not going to take it anywhere.
But that could be interesting too. I was wondering if he is the one behind it or if he's part of the people behind it. Which that could be too. But it could be.
I've seen a lot of things with Bernard in it. The actor, Jeffrey Wright. He's a great actor.
He was in
I've never seen him before.
Boardwalk Empire.
He was a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
He's in Shaft. He was the bad guy in the Samuel Jackson version.
Mm-hmm.
He was the bad guy in that. He's a good actor. He did play Martin Luther King once. Hard to be a bad guy when you're playing Martin Luther King.
Did he have a dream?
He did.
Oh, okay.
But so we're gonna lose Hess for about 5-10
I
minutes.
know.
Here.
He
It's
didn't
the
see
orgy
the golden
scene.
women and orgies. He's like, okay, well, he's not gonna listen to anything we
They're
say now.
painted and shit. It's weird, dude. It's so weird.
Weird.
He's like, it's weird, but I like it.
So fucking weird.
He's like, it's weird, but I'm gonna turn my mic off for a second. No, there will be none of that. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, Jeffrey Wright.
You got an extra blanket laying around?
I think he's going to no snuggies. I think he's going to. See, that's why I don't think he's a host. I think he's going to ultimately be like trying to take down the park, but as like a different person, kind of. Like I think he's going to be like. I think he might be the guy that does the satellite stuff. I don't know. I just don't buy. I haven't. Nothing I've seen tells me that he's a host. Doesn't mean he's not a host. I just haven't seen it.
Right. No, I got you.
You know what I
get-
mean?
well,
And I don't want you to be right. Just like you don't want me to be right. I mean,
Why would I care if you're right?
Oh, because I'm always right. You don't want that shit.
You're never right. What are you talking about?
Fuck off.
Well, what's your theory? He doesn't want you to be right on anyways.
No, I was just kidding.
Well, I'm
okay.
like,
I was like, I can't think of like your special theory.
I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see where William and Logan's relationship goes.
Yeah, me too. Like,
I
to
think
see
straight.
what-
I think it's
what
gonna go
happens to
straight
Logan.
down the tube.
Well, it's already going.
Especially
but I
at
mean,
the
I
end of
want
the
to kind of
episode.
see what.
I don't think Logan's gonna be in it as much. I don't think.
On IMDb, he's in every episode after the season, according to IMDb.
Well, that doesn't mean that he's. I mean, I guess. Not that they're gonna cast him. I think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be like the. I think William's gonna take over, and I think he's gonna be following William. But I think that. Like I don't see him in season 2.
I mean, it depends if they say him and William leave Westworld this season. Like they could show him outside there, because he could be pissed off at William outside Westworld,
Sure.
which could mess up his marriage, which could make William go back to the park.
Well, I don't think he's married yet. He's
Well, no, but I mean, he's
right?
going. He's
His fiance, yeah.
going
Yeah.
to marry his sister, but say because he left him in there, he gets out, tells his sister or something. His sister doesn't want to marry William now, so then William's like, "Well, fuck this, I'll just go back to the park."
I'll go.
Like-
I'll go meet up with Dolores.
Yeah, he could be like that, and then he gets back to the park, and then Dolores doesn't remember him. Then he's like, "Well, now I'm just gonna kill people."
Yeah.
So do you think Dolores in this scene when they're arguing, she's just like, "Oh my god, I'm fed up with the arguing and shit," and then she walks away? Or why do you think she walked away?
I don't know. I was wondering why she walked away.
I think she's just looking around for whatever that person's
Or
calling her.
it could have been, it could have been like a voice in her head telling her to go over there or something.
Why does Logan look so scared all of a sudden?
I think
Like
'cause
he's
just-
always
Because he's
like,
full of
Isn't
shit.
he's all talk. He's just a big
Yeah,
pussy.
he's a big fucking. He's full of shit.
so he's like the situation from.
I mean, we've seen him in a battle,
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
but like we saw him in the fight. He couldn't do shit. He was getting choked by a house, and then William had to
Yeah.
save him.
Yeah. I mean, he's full of shit. And
So he's just one of those people that like try to intimidate you with
Yeah.
acting crazy and like.
Which is why he likes Westworld, because there he can say shit. None of the hosts can hurt him. He can just shoot him or whatever.
yeah, no wonder he fucking loves that place.
Like it's perfect for him.
be pretty sweet.
Oh, Dolores is watching someone get a blowjob.
Yeah.
I can't believe how long this scene lasted too. Like
There was like one girl
how
on the
long
couch
they
playing
were
with herself
at-
too.
I know, dude. She had her legs spread wide. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, it didn't help that you pressed pause.
No, didn't.
That's why it took him like a week to watch the
Chick
episode.
straight rocking back and
No wonder
forth.
you didn't get that shit done until Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're like,
You-
Yeah. I was watching this scene for 3 days.
You finished Westworld? I'm still on that orgy scene. I don't know why. I just
I
can't
actually
get
have
past
the
it.
I actually have the clip of this on my phone.
Probably.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes and 32 seconds long.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say that would be just like him though. To, like get it
Yeah,
down
I know.
and be like, yeah, I know how long it is.
Okay, it
Wow.
starts here where I see the gold nipples.
It was funny. We were watching this. We saw the gold girls walk up, and I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be Hess's favorite part." And then we got to the orgy, and then my mom was like, "Nope, that's gonna be Hess's favorite part." And we were like, "Oh, yeah, they kind of topped it there."
and I said it when we saw the big black penis.
Right. That'd be my favorite part?
Yeah.
Mm.
Didn't I?
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
funny.
That's
He brought
exciting.
up all those.
Yep.
Hess loves big black cock.
What do you think she's just tripping balls right here or what?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I'm.
Where she
what's-
finds a little tab in her arm or whatever.
What's interesting, and I think I brought this up before in one of the earlier ones. So like, cause she's tripping balls right now and like got Arnold in her head and all that. But and then she's on her way to the maze, and so is the Man in Black. So if William is the Man in Black and they're together, so obviously I guess she doesn't make it to the maze because he would have made it to the maze already. So like I wonder how what's gonna
Yeah,
happen
obviously
there.
he doesn't know she's going to the maze, or if she does, he's like, "Maze, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, but like, it's like I wonder what's gonna like.
Maybe he misunderstood her and thought she said Maeve, and then he went to the bar.
But like, so do you think maybe like somehow she makes it to the maze and that's what raised? Like I don't know what's gonna because like that's one of the things that makes me think that maybe he's not the Man in Black is because they're both heading to the maze and so is he, and like
That almost, like,
it's just weird.
I just
how-
think he doesn't know about it yet.
But anyways though, if he gets there with her, he would know how to get back there.
Yeah, he's not gonna get there with her.
But
he can't.
well, I know, but that's what I'm like saying. I don't know how
Yeah.
that's gonna play out.
No, I don't know either.
That's the one thing that's like big.
The cool thing is like this episode in itself was a very good episode.
I agree. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, like the whole tequila and the formaldehyde or whatever, like whatever they're doing with the nitroglycerin. It was like a cool.
Backstory.
Yeah, that's all going on
A
while
cool
they're
quest or
while
whatever.
they're trying to do all this other shit.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the shows that, like, when it's over, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't want it to end. Like, you just want to keep watching to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, see, and at this point, the way I see it, we don't know shit.
No, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, like, we know.
Well, that's what we're like, oh, maybe this
We
guy's
know
doing this, maybe
nothing.
this guy's doing that. We know nothing at all.
These
But you-
fucking kooks are nutbags.
These fucking kooks are nutbags. You don't hear that every day.
Look, I mean, they're tossing around the liquid nitrogen,
They're like, we're going on a space shuttle.
the nitroglycerin,
Um,
okay? Like, then they think it's funny.
Until they drop one, and then it's cub. Oops.
You motherfucker! You fucker!
I think he has his last
And
name.
there,
Yeah, I know.
there it is. William
Yeah, so
and
William
Dolores,
making out.
a little makeout sesh.
Which, like, so, because this is supposedly 30 years in the past, so eventually there's going to be some kind of time jump. When do you think they're going to do that to get him closer to being the Man in Black? Because, like, obviously this is going to be
Season
a
4.
30-year show, you know?
Yeah.
Season 4.
Season
They
9.
always
No,
do
I
the
don't-
last season's always the time jump.
I don't have any idea. Whenever the ratings
You know,
go down.
Well, it makes sense too if there is like 3 timelines. Lost had like stuff in the future, stuff in the past, and then different like parallel universes shit going on at the same time too. And it's from
Yeah.
the same people. So
If
Well,
it's-
I hope it
if it
ends
ends
up
up-
making sense.
If it's,
you would hope it would if they wrote the entire
I mean,
series and then filmed
jeez,
it.
Louise, like,
I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think it makes sense.
okay, because I mean, you really have to pay attention to the show. Like, you can't be
You could be doing anything else
you know,
besides watching.
fucking texting and watching. Like, you have to pretty much pay the fuck attention.
It's probably good practice for you.
Yeah, very good practice. No, but I mean,
Which
it's
is
like
funny 'cause,
Jerome
like-
said. You know, I'm hoping they did write at least a couple seasons and know where they're.
I think they
Going
know
to
where they're
go.
going. From what I've heard and what I've seen, like we watched an interview with William on what was it, AOL?
Yeah,
There's like a 30-minute interview, and he didn't talk hardly anything about the show.
but
'cause
it was,
he
it was
couldn't.
before it even premiered too.
Yeah, so he wasn't allowed to say anything. But even he was like, couldn't believe that he got a spot on the show because of who was doing it and everything. So like,
Yeah. Well, like he said, they filmed the pilot 2 years ago, and then they filmed the
Yeah.
rest of the season.
Right.
And, like they said, they've been writing it forever. Like they've been doing a lot of work on it. I talked about it. I guess they make this on film and like
yeah, it's like they filmed like a movie.
yeah.
That's cool, though.
Wow, right in the mic.
Mhm.
Supposedly, HBO hasn't signed off on season 2 yet. Supposedly, they want to see up until episode 8.
Oh, like how people's reactions are? Which maybe that means episode 8's like a reveal. And they want to see how people, like, take that.
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
I don't either. Especially HBO will give, like, any show season 2 before it usually even airs.
Yeah, I know. Like,
But I think they're probably just, like, maybe holding out for people, like, they're going to give it a season 2
Well, because this isn't your typical show either. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see a lot of sci-fis, sci-fi westerns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a completely different ball game
Well,
than
and
playing
has
here.
HBO done an adaptation of a movie as a show before? Like, anything? Don't they usually do, like, isn't it usually original content as their hour-long shows?
Usually.
So, like, that's kind of different for them, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think this might be an adaptation, but it's original. Do you know what I mean? Like, sure, they got the idea, but...
like, none of the names are the same, anything like that. Like, it's just basically the same premise.
Man in Black is the same, isn't it?
No, because I think he's called something different in the...
Isn't he?
Even in the movie,
movie.
the Man in Black's a host. So, like, that's different already.
Maybe Man in Black is a host.
No.
I don't think so.
No,
I think
so. I don't think
well,
so
because
either.
the two main people in the movie, I think, is the Man in Black host, and then it's supposed to be whoever Williams plays. So I think they might have just combined those characters to tell the story like this. But I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll figure out eventually.
Well, yeah, we have 5 more episodes this season,
Which is crazy that it's half done.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's half done, and we really don't know anything. But we love the show.
Well, I think that's why. They have. Not to say that viewership is going to go way down, but I think that's why they still have so many people watching, is because
like, you don't know anything, so you want to find out.
Yeah, like you're like, well, fuck, I'm already 4 or 5 episodes in. Like,
but see, some people might not. I mean, they might start. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They might not keep watching.
No, I know, but I think there's also
like
a lot of people.
I
that
really like that in shows. Like,
yeah.
I think that's why I was the only one in the house to finish Lost. That's because I just wanted to know the shit.
I did not want to know what happened with Lost.
Yeah.
In fact, I wish I could take away what I did know about Lost.
Really?
Yes.
It got real dumb at the end, but like I was like, there's one season left. I gotta finish it.
No, fuck that.
Did you know that this was forward whenever they showed this?
I assumed it was, but I don't know. This whole scene was interesting. Them having their little meeting.
Yeah. It was.
And Teddy like protects him whenever. He's like, "What if I cut you open? What am I?" And then Teddy grabs the fucking knife. I'm like, "God damn!"
Well, I think he made Teddy do that, but
yeah,
like because he can control anybody.
See,
well, he looks a little bit better after getting some of.
And then doesn't Ford fix him or something?
Lawrence's
like
blood.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like Ford sits down and had their little chat. Look, he looks surprised to see his ass though.
All right, we're wasting time. Let's get on with it. So like after this, he like. What?
Just like yelled in my ear. All right.
Jesus Christ.
That was yelling in the ear, and that was not me. For the audience out there listening, sound like a fucking horse today. My still goddamn congested from a fucking week before.
You get sick a lot.
No, I don't get sick a lot. When I get sick, I get sick. Like I'm sick for a long time.
I don't get sick a lot, but when I get sick, I get sick.
You get sick. Okay, we've been doing a podcast for how long?
7 years.
Like, we're coming up it's been a while, right?
Yeah, probably.
And you've been sick how many times when we do a podcast?
I don't know.
At least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but I was like legit sick this time. Like I was sick the whole fucking weekend.
Before, apparently.
No, but I mean, like,
I get it. Yeah.
No. But I mean, I've came over before and I've had like a stuffy nose and stuff like that. But
so you're just like a whiner
like
then?
Allergies. You ever heard of those?
No. What are they?
They're
Can you
called
explain them?
Ask your pharmacist at your work.
Fuck my pharmacist.
Yeah.
I'm going to send her that clip of the podcast, or him, whoever it is.
You don't even know who it is. How you going to send it to him?
I don't know.
He's going to go into your work.
I'll give you a hint. She's got your last name.
King.
Good one. You know your last name.
Ding, 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 ding,
I'm just going to
ding.
walk in and be like, hey, which one of you pharmacists know Nick? And then
It's
I'll
funny
play it,
because
and he'll
they
be like,
usually have a
fuck
little
you.
picture on the front door of what she looks like.
Nope.
They don't do that anymore?
Nope.
I'll find her. I know where you work.
You're too lazy to go up there.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Maybe you'll have what's your sister's name? Can't even Taylor.
Taylor?
Maybe have Taylor take you up there one day.
No, I'm too lazy to even tell her to go up there. I don't
Wow.
even care. So what did anything stand out to you in their little conversation?
No.
Not one thing?
Not a single fucking thing. No, I don't know.
Well, I think
I don't remember the words, to be honest. I just remember thinking it was cool.
Want me to turn it up?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Maybe we can hear it.
Sweeping affirmative bullshit, and then they take a fucking picture and they go back home.
So, we're listening to it for you folks. I can barely hear.
People meaning hiding under all that. Something the person who created it wanted to express.
So he's clearly talking about Arnold there,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But Arnold could still be Ford.
Yeah, he might not know that Arnold was Ford.
Yeah.
The story. Quite simply ask.
I need a shovel. The man I'd be asking died 35 years ago. Almost took this place with him.
Like, he almost looks perplexed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
Left something behind. I wonder what I would find if I opened you up.
Like, he reacts.
Yeah.
Like,
And
reacts.
and what's funny is, so the Man in Black can do anything to anybody all the time.
Right.
He was not getting that knife nowhere near
Yeah,
him.
no. So, like, do you think he's like, you're an idiot because I'm Arnold? Or, like, do you think the Arnold thing is just, like, it's still a myth and there's not even a maze? Like, that never happened.
I think there's something. I mean, there's too much maze talk for there not to be one. And get there and, oh,
It could just be a thing, like Arnold, everything that was
Could
just
be an
made
analogy.
up. Yeah. Like it
That's
could-
why I asked you if you thought it was actually a physical maze, or...
I understand that.
No, I
Yeah.
know.
I'm just saying I think there's too much talk for it to be nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not physical.
You think it's mental? You think it's a mental maze?
Yeah.
Can you explain
No,
the mental maze?
I just, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna close my eyes. I made it. No.
See, like, he fixed him up. Like, he's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, that's what I said. But like, I don't. He's like, fuck it.
So do you think if William, because obviously he's met him before, do you think if we see William meet him, they're gonna do that stuff where they make him look younger?
They
Like,
fucking better if they're gonna say it's a fucking 30 years ago.
yeah, which is interesting because they showed him like 10 seconds before. Like that cost a lot of money, but this show did cost a ton of money to make. So like, I can see is that part of the reason it cost so much.
I'm actually kind of leaning towards, I could see that Ford is a host. Just
Although no,
I
Ford
just
can't
don't
be a host if they showed us him younger. The hosts don't age.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
The hosts don't age at all.
Yeah, he just called that one out.
So that
Yeah.
there you
where's
go, Dane Cook. I mean,
Yeah.
because they went. They
Unless he's an aging host. Oh my God.
What if they're not telling you the truth? What if the hosts do age?
What if this show is canceled at episode 6 and it never airs again?
Then
I will be
not,
so pissed
then
if
we'll
they cancels. We don't know
not
anything.
have a podcast. Well,
Well, has to
we
some-
would, but
Has to come over for
we'd
Flash.
have to fucking find something else to watch. Have you heard of a show called Animal Kingdom?
No.
No.
I don't know. My uncle said it was good, and he sent the first season to me.
I thought he was gonna be like, no, I didn't hear about it either. Because it'd be
He's
just like him.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You heard of this show?
Yeah,
no, not
me
me either.
Wow.
I totally thought that's where
Bunch
it
of
was going.
dicks in this room.
Okay, there's this fucker with his bird again.
Faggots!
All right, can this guy give up with his bird?
He saved it. And
Yeah,
look
who
at him.
cares?
He looked like he just won an Olympic gold medal in figure skating.
Well, he just did bring a
Oh.
bird back to life.
A
Have
fake,
you?
it's
Have
a
you?
fake bird, isn't it? It's a host bird.
I like that he doesn't know. Yeah, it's a host.
I
That's why she's back.
I can't remember what episode it was I heard this in. It might have been this one. It could be one I rewatched. I could have been something else I was listening to. But they said, I know what it was. It was the interview with William. I think you were in the kitchen. I meant to tell you this. He talked about it's a world where like, everything is fake. He said even the flies are artificial, like saying stuff like that. So the flies are fake in Westworld. They make those flies.
Oh.
I don't know if that means anything, but we talked about that before.
Yeah.
But the flies are fake.
So we saw Dolores get interviewed on Seth Meyers this week. Was it this
Yeah.
week or last week? It was this week.
Is this week? After Tears, when the
We'll do next time. So, when they filmed the flies, they used real flies.
yeah, there's a guy that like freezes them when they
Freezes
put on
them and
and
sticks
shit.
them on their face, and they
Oh,
start crawling
wow.
around them. She's like, so my first scene, like I'm naked with flies crawling on me.
She also talked about because
Interesting.
like her first scene like that was with Anthony Hopkins,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hello, Dolores," and she like was like, "Oh my God, it's like Clarice," which I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, she freaked out like that. All right, I'm turning up
Yeah,
for the next one
robot.
right now.
Next on Westworld.
Maze itself is the sum of a man's life.
Choices he makes, dreams he hangs on to. It's an old native myth.
The maze is all that matters now.
In the weeks ahead again, it's not
It's a
next
difficult
time.
thing, realizing your entire life is some hideous fiction. It's all a story created by you to keep us here. I'd like to make some changes.
It's like I'm trapped in a dream or a memory from a life long ago.
I'm beginning to think you have reason for concern.
I designed
It was
every
the outsourced Man in
part of
Black.
this place. Did you really think I would let you take it from me?
Did you see Buddy Stubbs in there?
Buddy Stubbs.
No.
You didn't?
With the gun, is that him?
Yeah, with the three of them, it looked like they were in the belly of Westworld or whatever.
belly
So
of the
I
beast.
found it interesting. So they
I think
showed
that's your favorite word, belly.
The belly? Yeah. I do
they
like
showed
belly.
Dolores with the Man in
Abby
Black,
hates that word.
but they kind of cover him a little bit. But they also showed Dolores about to have sex with William too.
They also showed Logan licking her, and I
Yeah.
didn't remember it until just now when I watched it, but I think, oh, I wonder if he kills him.
If like William kills Logan,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see that too.
For raping Dolores?
Yeah.
Or
Could be, yeah.
Attempting to rape
Yeah.
Dolores?
I mean, and that means like from the beginning, like, 'cause she said your guns won't kill anyone they're not supposed to kill or whatever.
Well, or he could just, like,
You just, I guess you could choke him to death or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wonder how that. Like, do you think if someone kills a real person in Westworld, like they have to shut down the park and go over there? Because like if you stab someone at Disneyland,
Yeah, they're
like-
shutting the park down.
yeah, like like do you think?
what if you stab him on the Ferris wheel when it's, like, at the top?
Well, then after the ride's done, they'll probably kick you out.
What
Well,
if you-
maybe they'll arrest you. They'll just kick you out. But like,
Just
but
kick you
yeah.
out.
Have you been getting the emails from them?
Who, Disneyland?
No. Yeah, from Disneyland.
From Westworld?
Dickhead.
Disneyland.
No, I haven't checked any. No.
Jerome doesn't use email.
Well, I do, but like I don't check it that often.
Let me find it here.
This is good material right here.
What fucking talk, you fucking douche McGee's?
Hey, douche McGee's.
All right.
he's
So
pulling
it
up his
says,
email.
here we go. All right, so I got this, and I haven't read it yet because I didn't want to give anything away in case, because I got it on Monday. So it says, Dear Westworld Insider, I've received numerous inquiries from guests like yourself about what exactly is off limits in the park. We can show you better than we can tell you. If you're looking for thrills, venture out further away from Sweetwater, but be wary of who you may meet there.
Like Lawrence.
And then it says, best regards, Aiden, who's a guest services host. And then it shows you, like, Pariah, where they go. Sin knows no boundaries here. Embrace decadence and sensuality. Pick a side as war lurks on the fringes of town. Choose carefully. There is no law. And then they give you like a character spotlight. It's Teddy. It says known for chasing bounties and past demons. Join Teddy and he may help on a search of your own. And then the last thing is a note of inspiration. It says take home more than memories of your last visit. Download the program files for select Mariposa favorites now. Well, that was kind of gay. I thought it was going to be cooler than that. But, well, because after every episode, they send you an email.
Oh, really? I should probably check
Yeah.
that then.
So that's why I
Westworld.
try not to read it until after I...
Have any even
seen
been
them.
more
In case it's,
interesting
like,
than that?
spoiler.
Has anything been more interesting than that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find another one.
So I didn't notice when we watched it that was in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, I didn't notice
So
that either.
a lot of that we probably won't see until finale. Because I mean, there's still stuff in the other weeks ahead we haven't seen. So like,
Yeah, that in the weeks ahead is a little, like...
it's a way
tricky.
really of not having a next time kind of.
Yeah.
Here's 15 clips of things from like 5 episodes ahead from now.
Yeah, oh my god, all hell's gonna break loose next week, and it's not till, like, episode 8, but...
Well, I did find it interesting. Bernard was like talking to Ford, like, "Oh, you may have a reason to be alarmed or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder where that.
Well, and also Ford's like, hey, you're not taking this from me. So, like, who's he talking to?
Ben Affleck.
Is he in this?
Right.
I wish that'd make the show even better.
Would you suck his dick if he walked in this room right
No,
now?
I'm not gonna suck his
Absolutely he
dick.
would.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah, I think he would, too.
Why?
Are you kidding? You fucking talk about Ben Affleck like he's your fucking daddy.
I haven't. Well, I don't talk about him that often. Talk about
Like
my
you
dad.
want Ben
you
Affleck
do
to
it.
be your daddy.
I haven't brought up Ben Affleck on a single Westworld podcast until now.
I think you have, but
I mean, maybe
I could
I
be
have.
wrong. Anyways, I found the other ones here, okay? So the one they sent out on October 24th, which was episode 4, it says, if this last week at Westworld has taught us anything, it's that the tiny details beneath the surface can sometimes be most illuminating. With Dr. Ford's new narrative underway, this trend promises to continue, and who knows what surprises will be revealed in the process. And then it says below you'll find the items our guest services team has been buzzing about this week. And then they have like the agave plantation. It says a treasured oasis for years. The agave plantation gives guests a taste of rich cultural tradition and finest agave tequila to be found in our world or yours. Our park is ever evolving, so stop by this cherished spot while you can. Because he clearly is going to destroy it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah,
Like, that's
how they're
kind of what
wording
I
it, yeah.
got. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, they're kind of, sometimes they're
That's kind of
cool, sometimes they're kind of gay. I don't know.
Obviously, they're not going to give you anything, like, fantastic.
Yeah,
and
they're not gonna be
spoiler.
like, and by the way, Ford the host.
And Ford is host, and
Which,
so
I mean,
is
as-
Bernard. And
As we've
y'all
revealed
suck.
in this podcast, Ford can't be a host because we saw him young.
Correct.
Doesn't fucking matter, okay?
It
There's
does
a lot-
matter.
It doesn't.
Okay, have
How
you,
could it not matter?
It could be a goddamn optical illusion.
an optical,
could be a
they
trick.
filmed the scene and showed it to us.
All right, well,
Yeah,
They-
it,
they
it
would've
would make
just-
sense.
If it wasn't real,
If hosts
they
don't
would have just
age, Dolores 30 years ago is Dolores.
they would have just
How-
talked about him being young, and they wouldn't have showed it if it didn't really happen. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
Because otherwise, that's just like, oh yeah,
Alright.
the things we're showing you aren't real. Like, oh, the episode you just watched, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, you could do anything at that point. And that's when shows get stupid. If you show something that doesn't make sense,
Right.
and then you
No,
go
I
back
understand.
and, you know what I mean?
I understand.
But maybe I'll make that part of the thumbnail and be like, Dane Cook's theory, and then show how it's wrong.
Can't be a host.
Yeah,
And look it up, though, and make sure that
Yeah, you
can't
should
be a host.
tag him in this too.
I'll tag him in the title, so anybody
Like-
that retweets this episode, it'll go right to him.
I'll get my retweet on.
Probably about 4.
Almost just kicked your mic over, my bad.
Let's just
Oh, that was you. I was like, what the fuck?
I moved my leg and I kicked it.
you're
Does,
ready to yell at me.
anything else you guys
No, I
want?
thought I did it.
Oh,
Anything else you guys want to say about Westworld?
Yeah, fuck Westworld.
You're just done with it at this point?
Yeah, I'm going to quit watching right now.
Wow.
No,
It'll just be me and Hester in the podcast.
No, it's actually, I mean, I look forward to it every Sunday.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
I miss every Sunday night football game because I watch on Westworld.
Me too.
Not me.
No, you watch it on Wednesday. But
Well,
for you,
you know.
that is fucking magnificent.
Is it?
I mean, when's the last time you've been up to date on a show?
I know.
on
I
the
know.
week that it came out.
Night of.
I know. The night of.
The night of.
Yeah,
I watched that on
That was
Sundays.
a mini-series. That's not a series, so it doesn't count.
No, what was it again? Because has
I think when this season is over, I think we're gonna start Game of Thrones.
Oh,
So
really?
you want to do the Game of Thrones?
You guys will start going wiener,
Yeah.
wiener, wiener.
Has to be like, so I think
So I got. Are you guys?
I think Ned Stark's gonna be king,
Oh.
and then Tyrion is gonna die, and
I don't think those dragons are real, man.
yeah, I don't think.
I don't think they are.
I think that blonde girl's gonna burn to
See,
death,
that'll be the one funny thing is he'll have theories and you'll know it's wrong.
kind of like you did. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't really have any theories.
No,
Burn.
I would be like, Jerome, do you care if I tell you?
Burn.
Do, I read the books. I'm like, Jerome, do you care if you know what happened to Jon Snow?
And I'm like, nah, I don't care. Just
And
tell
so
me.
then I tell him what happened to him. Like
He's
that was like what?
"Oh,
That was like 2 seasons before it happened. I
What
think.
Yeah,
a
that-
dick.
And then we watch it. We're like, oh god, I hope that really didn't happen. Even though I already read that it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they follow the books like to a T?
The first couple seasons, but then no.
Afterwards, it gets pretty
Yeah.
different. So are you guys done with The Wire? Are you guys ever gonna get back to that?
I don't know. We'll probably get back to it eventually, maybe.
Well, the thing is
when there's
now,
no
like
when
it's
there's
kind
no
of
shows on.
the whole point is of doing it was like week to week.
But now
We're in the
already
middle of
doing that.
season 2. It's like it's kind of hard to go back and be like, oh yeah, I'm back into it. Remember this guy? And like it's just
I mean, you guys have seen the show like 100 times. It won't be that hard, you know.
it'd be easier for me, I think, than for you. But like literally, like we did that. We skipped like
I'm fine with
we
not
skipped-
going back, but I'm also fine with going back.
remember we skipped like a bunch and did one, and we couldn't even remember people's
know.
names.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, it was like minor
You
characters.
get into a
but-
groove, and then you kind of.
You know, because The Wire has a shit ton of characters.
I feel like all HBO shows do.
Yeah.
Well, it has about 10 times many as this show we just watched.
Game of Thrones is a lot. I couldn't tell you like almost anybody's name in Game of Thrones.
Well, and Game of Thrones probably has as many as The Wire.
Really?
Yeah.
And, see, The Wire might be a little easier because like they're real names.
Right.
Like Game of Thrones, it's like, oh, it's Daenerys Targaryen, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like they get like weird fucking
Maybe
names
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna watch that show.
Yeah.
I just talked about that game.
Daenerys Targaryen's one of the easiest
If
ones.
Well, yeah.
If
Then
it makes you feel, you get to
It's-
see her naked a lot.
who?
Yeah, she is naked a lot.
Who?
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
I don't know who Daenerys is.
Well,
I
obviously, you haven't seen
I
the
can
show.
tell you, but it'll totally wreck the show.
Okay, yeah, don't.
Actually, she's the granddaughter of the Mad King.
Oh, okay.
She's got dragons too, but that doesn't come until like the end of the season or something.
That's
That's
kind
cool.
of that's kind of a spoiler.
Well,
Anyways,
he doesn't even
that's
remember
fine.
who she is.
Like
She's
I
in like
said,
every HBO commercial.
I don't know. I kind of want to watch
Yeah.
that show, Shameless. My buddy said it was funny. I don't know.
Is that's the one on Showtime?
Showtime.
Me and
But
Taylor, they're all on Netflix.
Yeah, there's
we
all
start,
6 seasons are on Netflix.
We started watching. It's actually pretty good.
I've seen episodes. I've never really thought it was that great, but I haven't got into it. Like I didn't give it a chance.
Me and you should do Stranger Things season 2 when it comes
Oh, that'd
out.
be awesome. That show's
Podcast
that
it
show's
up.
real good.
It's
Podcast
hard,
released-
hard to do a Netflix show, isn't it? Though I mean,
Well,
you
no,
know,
because
we watched
not really.
all 12 episodes. We're like, all right, we did it.
I mean, you could do
we make 8 cups of coffee, and then
we
we
could
watch the whole
do one
show.
episode a week or
You
whatever.
could do one episode a week, or you could do just.
He can't.
You could do a long.
Why?
Because he watches everything the day it comes out.
No, not
Ask
so-
him how long it took him to watch Luke Cage.
How long did it take you to watch Luke Cage?
Oh, a couple hours.
Ask him how long it took him to watch Jessica Jones.
Same
How-
thing.
how long?
The Marvel ones I watched those in a day, but like Stranger Things, it took me to like a week to watch it because
Only because you waited for them.
I only watched it with Taylor.
Well, but she had a life. You had to go to school.
But no, it was during the summer or like right at the end of summer or something. But we watched.
Badminton.
Although we did watch like the last 4 episodes in a row because it was real good. But that'd be cool because we could do one big podcast for every single episode, or we could do like one a week. That'd be cool.
Now, do you watch Better Call Saul?
I saw season 1, and I do plan on watching season 2 eventually when it comes out,
That show's real good.
or when it comes to Netflix or whatever. I liked season 1 a lot.
Because I would like to do it about that.
What's annoying is in Canada,
If I can get caught up like season 2 before season 3 starts, I would be fine with
it
it.
should go on Netflix because in Canada they have a deal like an hour after the show airs, it's already on Netflix.
So let's just
Oh,
get
wow.
Canadian Netflix.
Like, but I don't know if they do that here.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Can we get Canadian Netflix?
You probably could somehow.
No.
Probably like a little trick you could
What's
do
that
online.
about?
What is that all about?
Um,
You little fucker.
I'm gonna rewatch all of them because it's probably.
I need to Google that and find out when it's coming to Netflix.
Well, the season doesn't start till February. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't looked it up yet.
It usually starts around February.
Yeah. So I'm guessing about a month before that. There's a mic holder there. If you,
He said, "Nah, I'll just put it in my pocket."
no, I'll just pull the fucking cord as far as I can. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This thing.
So should we end this shindig
Yeah, sure.
while he's looking that up, and then he could shout that out if he finds it? If you enjoyed this podcast and you want to hear more from us, you can check us out on iTunes. You can watch our videos on Pleeka. We also put our podcast over on Spreaker. And if you want to get the podcasts early, which is usually just like a day early, you could go to therealpleeka.com and you could just click on the podcast section. You can either click on I'm a Goldfish or you could click on the Pleeka Podcast. You can listen and download any of the podcasts if you want. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. And Hess, did you find the
No.
date?
I'm still Googling here.
well, maybe next week
I'll
we'll have
get
that
your
date for
Google
you,
on.
or maybe I'll type it in the description. I don't know. Thanks for watching.
It says
We'll
it's
see you
already
guys.
available in Austria and Germany.
Oh, well,
Germany?
let's just go to Germany.
Fuck is that?
Wow.
Germany.
Eh.
Holy dick.
On that note, we'll see you guys next time. Wow, we can't talk at all. Fuck this.
Yeah, we're done. See ya.